Hello everybody, this is Crazy H. I'm here and I'm going to talk to you guys about the birthday present to me from me. That was a little late, but something I've been very excited to get my hands on for a long time. As you can see, this is the Star Ace Severus Snape 6 scale collectible figure. And I gotta say, this guy has blown me away. Just take a look there. How well you can tell that would be the likeness to Mr. Alan Rickman, who only a few days ago was the anniversary of his passing. Rest in peace to him. He was a legend of acting, and his legacy's definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. But I gotta say, Star Ace is a very hit and miss company whenever it comes to their likenesses and portraits, and the Paint app has a lot to do with that, but they knocked this one out of the park. The big sell that I think here that makes this one better than the 2.0 that came out a few years after this one came out in 2016, is this sculpted hair. Just using that in that way really captures it much better, because the sculpted hair, like, you can actually make it look like how it does in the movie, but rooted hair, you risk it looking like it's very conditioned and like has a whole bunch of product in it, like somebody drenched in L'Oreal or something. And on the 2.0, which is so much worse than this one, if you can get this one, I know it's rarer, but if you can find it for a good enough deal, do not pass it up. It's phenomenal. The 2.0 is definitely not worth it. From what I've seen in other reviews, the likeness is so much worse on that one. I saw one and the eyeshadowing looks even worse on it, and I thought it looked like a cross between Ozzy Osbourne and Alice Cooper. So this is definitely the one to go with. This is the version 1 from 2016. His costume, obviously very iconic and very well done tailoring wise. You can actually remove the coat and display him either way, which is neat. And he also has a lot of fun accessories. So right now I got him equipped with his wand here and this kind of energy effect. And then he also has this advanced potion making book there. And then down here he has a couple other things. These are just his spare hands. So that one's to hold this potion. Probably can hold the book with it as well. And these vials here and this little holster. And then he also has this pot and a furnace kind of deal. I think I should definitely invest in a 6 scale table of some kind that I can set all this on and have it like next to him, kind of as a counter. And also I gotta talk about the box art on these, because it's amazing. Just gorgeous box art. And on the inside too, I'm not going to take it out, but there is, once you take out like the plastic that he comes in, there's like another nice piece of art of him in Deathly Hallows Part 2 on the inside, that if you wished you could take it out and put it behind him. I mean, the story of how I came about with this, this year, I was coming around to my birthday and I was like, well, I definitely like to get myself something good. So I was tossing some other 6 scale options back and forth in my head, like the Solo Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn from The Phantom Menace, Faramir, and Helm's Deep Aragorn from Rings. And I was thinking about them, and then I happened to get back on eBay and was looking through my watch list, and I found that there were 2 different sellers that had him for sale for, and this is going to sound crazy, but this is the, market of these things, and you try to take into account its age, plus the quality of it. This guy here cost me a total of around a little over $360, which again, sounds like a lot, but it isn't whenever you realize that when I looked to see what the last recent one had sold for prior to the 2 that I found for around $360, the last one that was coming from France and sold for $564. So really, I think it's a takeaway and definitely worth it. To be honest, it's and another cool thing about it I just realized is it's my first Harry Potter figure in my 6 scale collection, and it's kind of suiting because I'm almost finished reading the books. I'm at like where Deathly Hallows Part 2 would begin in the movies right now. So obviously, Mr. Snape here has a big role to play coming up, so it's kind of neat that I got him to kind of commemorate that. He's definitely also, he's like in my top 3 favorite characters, other 2 being Hermione, who's my number 1, and Hagrid's my number 2. But ironically, the 3 that I want the most are, I'd say, some of the best, being him, the Sorcerer's Stone, Hermione, and Hagrid. But then they're also the most rare and the most expensive, unfortunately. So being able to find him for what I consider to be pretty reasonable of a price, and kind of get him knocked out. So now I for sure have one of the 3 that I definitely would like to get my hands on in the future. It sucks too because I saw Hermione and a Hagrid for like $245, $250 a couple times. Had I had the money at the time, I would have got them and not missed a beat. But unfortunately, you know, as is life, you have victories some days and you have defeats the others. But yeah, long story short, what happened on eBay is the one that was $330 and there was one that was $360. The $360 free shipping one got bought before I could get it, so I had to settle for this one, but it came for about the same price anyways, so with shipping and tax. So I would have paid about $360 either way, maybe a little bit more with the other one. And it got here extremely fast too. I mean, I got in the span of 2 days, it was coming from Florida, and it got from Deerfield, Florida to Jacksonville, and it got to and left Jacksonville on the same day, and then the next thing I knew the next day, it was somehow in Baltimore. I mean, I know that it's, you know, not really an hour's, like a couple hours drive from Florida to Maryland, but still, like the mail usually takes forever, and then next thing you know, it was out for delivery and in my hands, so I was very happy that I didn't have to wait on it to come. And for those curious, I can just show you now. I have a total of 17 of these things. I'm still getting time to go down. So there's this, let's take down my Christmas stuff. But so there, it's kind of hard to see. It's Iron Man from Infinity War, the Mark 50, one of my favorites. And then Captain America and Thor from Age of Ultron. The Cap was, this is one of my favorite costumes of his in any of the movies. This is my favorite Iron Man suit, and the Thor's just cool as a lightning effect. Below that, again, they're hard to see down there. There's Civil War Hawkeye, Mandarin, and Bucky from Civil War 2. They're all very good. Up top around here, I've got this Doctor Strange, who's very neat, has posability, all kinds of accessories and cool stuff. Then down there, there's my only Star Wars one I have right now is this Endor Luke. I definitely want to get more. Saruman, Miasmus, and then Harley Quinn and Wolverine. And then over this side, there's Bard and Thorin from Asmus for The Hobbit. That's the shelf that Snape is going on. And then I have Jon Snow and Ghost, Joffrey and Tyrion from Game of Thrones. So, like I said, I got about 17 of these things now, and it's going to be very expensive total. Because Dad had me average the other day. He was like, well, average say that each one's about $300, and you have 17, and it came out to be $1,500. So, yes, it's a very crazy hobby, but I'm a believer in, like, you should get whatever you think best represents the thing that you like. And for me, that is high-end collectibles like 6 scales, replicas, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm willing to, if I work hard enough for it and, you know, count all my ducks or whatever the phrase is, you know, beforehand, and I can get it, I think that it's totally worth it. So, yeah, this was a great gift to myself, the Snape, and I'm really happy to finally have it part of my collection. So, until the next 6 scale, Crazy H signing off.